So hello and welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you 6 specific things you can do in Osaka, because I've got nothing better to do. There are more things you can do in Osaka. I believe there are about 15 in total. But these are my 6 recommendations, you know. Because I went there this summer with my 2 friends, Emilia, stepmother's dream and twerker extraordinaire, and Carl, breaker of hearts and god of all things sex. They also helped film parts of this video as well, so thank you very much for that. This also just seemed like a fairly sort of straightforward video to make, so we're making it, yeah. I really need to get better at uploading consistently, don't I? Sorry, yes, okay, Osaka, yay. The first thing you might want to do in order to sort of get a literal overview of the city is to go to the top of Umeda Sky Building, or Umeda Sky Building. I think we paid 1,500 yen to get a ticket to go up to the very top of this oddly shaped skyscraper. You really get a sense of the city from up here. Quite breathtaking, very serene stuff, really. I almost had tears in my eyes. Made you really stop and appreciate the moment and the beauty of it all, you know. The building has this pretty weird shape to it where you can get to the roof by climbing escalators through the open middle bit. They looked cool going up them, and knowing there was nothing but a 150-meter drop under me made my balls leave my mouth, if only for a second, you know. This is obviously also a very good place for the gram. Lots of pictures were taken, and let me shove a plug to my own Instagram up in all this. You should follow me for some street photography, story updates and the odd dick pic, you know. Not a dick pic every now and then, but like pictures of odd penises. Now before we go into more specific stuff you can do, specific activities, I do want to make one part of this video about the food you can have in Osaka, because it was really good. Most of this you can get in Tokyo and elsewhere as well, of course, but especially the Osaka okonomiyaki was fucking incredible. High on the list of recommendations, despite it looking a bit like something someone on Shibuya Meltdown could have produced. The Kansai variant being particularly prostate tickling, you know, prostate. We also again and again went to the same chain of gyoza places, apparently only available in the Kansai region. I think it was called Gyoza no Osho, which means the king of gyoza. Wow. They had a couple of vegetarian options, and fuck me, these were lovely. I ate them. They stood no chance, you know. But the absolute peak of the food experience in Osaka was the dog at the local cafe near where our Airbnb was. I just now realized that sounds like we ate the dog. We did not. It was the sort of mascot of a cafe. Food there was great as well, but fuck me, any place with a dog as a mascot is clearly worth it. In my book. Yes, weird expression. Okay, moving on. Now, would you like to be social during your visit to Osaka? Would you like to, do you suffer from severe lack of personality? Do you need that prostate that is your social life examined or perhaps stimulated? Well, it doesn't matter if you don't have anything interesting to say or show off with. People in Osaka will just walk up to you and start talking anyway. If you want to maximize the chances of this happening to you, you can visit what's called the American Village. This is not a military base. It's an area around a square where random Japanese people emerge after nightfall and start reciting passages of a manga for you. They randomly start performing basically a radio play for free. This is not staged. We did not know these people. They simply appeared as we were sitting around and started entertaining us. We must have looked incredibly bored or something. We had a great time. They were all really friendly. You can also, of course, visit this area during the day. Don't let me stop you, you know. Although the vibe was very different. It's a very nice neighborhood to just walk around in, though. And speaking of which, of course, there are famous places as well to visit, like Dotonbori, where perhaps the most notable landmark of Osaka, the Glicko Running Man. The area around here was also really cool. Loads of interesting little alleyways I felt I had to crawl up. This is apparently also close to the naughty district of Osaka. I was even waved at by a bunny girl in one of these parlors, you know, and caught it on camera. After that, to this day, I still haven't managed to get 100% flaccid, you know. Now, do you consider yourself above the pleasures of the unwashed masses, and do you yearn for somewhere where you can dip your sophisticated nose? Then fuck, why not pay a visit to Osaka Castle? It's the oldest castle in the world. It's also very nice and very pretty. It's in the center of the city, surrounded by absolutely absolutely huge moats. Really, when this castle and the grounds around it were built some 8,000 years ago, surely, did they really need moats this big? I feel some poor shogun was compensating desperately for something here. Although if any ambitious invader were to make it up all the way, they would be greeted by a shit ton of vending machines. Now, as you know, Kyoto, which is fairly close, only about an hour away by train from Osaka, used to be the capital of Japan. But before then, the even older capital also happens to be close to Osaka, which leads to the final point of this video. Yay! The train ride is lovely, takes you through beautiful countryside, again worthy of the gram, and Nara itself is a really nice and cozy place. It's very small compared to Osaka and even Kyoto, but then again so am I. Of course the town itself isn't what attracts most tourists to Nara, but the famous old temple grounds with roaming deer was just a short walk from the station. These majestic fuckers were everywhere and didn't care about us in the slightest. They were, however, incredibly interested in a poor woman we saw just as we arrived, as she was being almost eaten alive by the rude creatures. They eventually forced her to flee on her bike, poor thing, and I felt really bad for filming it. As soon as they realized we didn't have any food on us, they luckily didn't jump on us too much. Like, they really did run the place. No one seemed to dare fuck with them, you know. I really like Nara, and I'd love to go back someday and spend more time here, I think. Yay! So this was my short little summer trip I allowed myself to go on. It was really lovely. Osaka was very cool. It was a very nice, chill place. It's also a very cheap city if you're used to living in Tokyo, we realized. Our Airbnb was absolutely massive on the 8th floor of a fairly central building. And this balcony made me almost constipated with joy. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. There will be more videos, so if you enjoy them, I do encourage you to subscribe and hit the bell icon thing. I've never said that before, but I should, I feel, to get updates for when the next one is out. Anything else I should say? So yeah, again, follow me on Instagram if you want. I'll try to be more consistent with my uploads. Also, as you can see, I'm back in Sweden now for a while. Maybe I should make a video about that. Maybe like make a video about the visa shit that's happening right now. Okay, I hope you're all staying safe and stuff, and since I'm so infrequent in my uploads, I feel I should say hello to all the new subscribers, and also thank you very much for all the very nice, lovely messages I receive usually on Instagram, but obviously also the really nice comments and stuff. Okay, so that's it. Thank you, bye.